Yes, people, welcome to another episode of the Jake O'Connor, the High Functioning Addiction podcast. And today I'm going to talk about the 9 myths that the AA and NA world lie about. So, this is for you if you're a high performer, high achiever, maybe working in a sales role, or if you're in a high performing environment, maybe running your own business and you've struggled with addiction in the past, or maybe you're currently struggling with addiction and you've maybe taken the 12 steps or have been told to take the 12 steps. I'm here to debunk the myths and essentially tell you what they're lying about. So, myth number one is AA is a treatment for disease of alcoholism and addiction. And I say alcoholism in air quotes and addiction in air quotes because the fact is, there is no disease in addiction. There is nothing to treat. The picture around disease and addiction is crazy because a disease is, I don't know the exact terminology, but it's something that you catch, right? Like it's infection or something like that. But an addiction isn't. An addiction is simply the trauma, the core wound, or whatever you want to call it, that you're carrying around, and you're essentially using substances to avoid or to numb that. The substance use is chosen. It's not forced upon you. It's chosen. And it all stems from the subconscious mind. AA's version of treatment isn't actually treatment. It's just faith healing. They just push the fact that you need to believe in a higher God, a higher self, and tell you you're a bad person if you don't do that. They tell you that you're self-centered if you don't follow the path that everyone else is following. So that's myth number one. Myth number two is AA is group therapy. Wrong. The fact of the matter is no actual treatment or therapy occurs in a 12-step meeting. And that's really important because I've actually worked with people in the past that have done the 12 steps, that have done AA, NA, but the core wound, the trauma, the discomfort that they're avoiding is still active. So all of the time it's still active. The emotional difficulty that they're trying to avoid, there's no treatment happening. It's just reinforcing the problems. The fact of the matter is actually it's the blind leading the blind. And it's a closed negative feedback loop that reinforces the problems, forcing people to believe that they have no capacity to change themselves. Feelings of guilt and shame are actually encouraged. You're actually told to kind of sit in that, and there's no real kind of emotional depth to it. You're told that you can't trust your own thinking, but you have to trust the thinking of others in the room who also have been told to not trust their own thinking. So it's just this vicious cycle of someone not trusting what they say and you having to follow and be guided and led by that person that can't trust what they have to think. So it's a very it's a very vicious cycle. It's based a lot on fear, a lot on scarcity, a lot on if you don't do this, this will happen. If you don't follow this, you are bad. And that's not the case. Myth number three is that AA has a high success rate. Bill Wilson is the founder of AA. He claims that 91.5% success rate in the big book. Bullshit. The fact of the matter is actually AA is one of the most ineffective and least successful programs with a 5% retention rate at the end of year one. 5% of people stay at the end of year one. Like, that is a awfully low number. And the reason being is because it doesn't work. Those who took on the loss of control and powerlessness, because that's what they preach. They preach the fact that you lose control, you lose power. People actually have a 9 times higher rate of binge usage than those who have been aware of choice-made decisions. So what I mean by that is AA really push on the fact that you lose control, you lose power, like, and all of that. And people that believe that have a 9 times higher rate of binge usage than those who have been made of choice-based solutions. So what I mean by choice-based solutions is actually understanding that we are in control of our own path. We are in control of our thoughts and our beliefs and what we believe around the substance. And we actually have power. We actually have control. Myth number 4 is that AA is a free support network. False. People actually try and walk around with a hat and try and get donations and try and get you to pay money and make you feel guilty if you're not paying money. So it's not actually really free. Myth number 5 is that AA is a scientifically based and proven effective. AA is scientifically based and proven effective. That's wrong. The fact is that AA is actually being shown to be less effective than doing nothing at all. Like, let me read that again. AA is shown to be less effective than doing nothing at all. Like, let that sink in for a moment. It's crazy. The fact of the matter is actually the change most people make is prior to the AA meetings through therapy or other solutions rather than the actual meeting itself. People actually come to the realization that they want to stop before they actually go to the meeting, and the meeting just kind of reinforces that and takes the credit. But actually, the choice and the decisions were made before the meeting. Myth number 6 is that AA is a supportive environment. I challenge this. Your thoughts, ideas, questions, and critical thinking are mocked. The myth is give yourself over completely, but separation from friends and family. You need the group as they are, the only ones who understand you. The group are the only people that understand you. You can't share this with your family. You can't do this. You can't do that. But another myth is the acceptance of your disease and your current situation is the answer to all of your problems. It's not. It's not a disease, and it's not the answer to all of your problems. And another myth is that jails, institutions, and death awaits you if you don't comply and you end up leaving the cult. This is what it is. Bill's formed a really close-knit, tight cult and makes you feel guilty for actually leaving and seeking professional support or guidance elsewhere. Myth number 7 is that AA brings families back together. That's false. The fact of the matter is actually AA divides families with their theories of denial, codependence, enabling, tough love, confrontational interventions, blaming families, and the idea that only an addict can understand another addict. That's completely false as well. It's just simply not true. And actually, I've seen that AA actually breaks families sometimes rather than brings them back together. Myth number 8 is AA or NA keeps the weak addict sober and drug-free. The myth is that actually AA personifies substances as cunning, baffling, and powerful, living entities that wield control over the addict. False. The fact is, there is only one mind at work choosing this, and that is the human mind, not the booze or the drug. The booze or the drug doesn't have a mind of itself. So how can the substance be a living entity that wields control if it doesn't have a mind of its own? The fact is, there is no weakness. There are only choices to be made with each person's mind based on what they want for themselves with the information they have at the time. That's all it is. When someone is going through an addiction, they're simply making choices based on the level of information and knowledge that they have at that specific time. And that's all it is. Along with the trauma and the kind of emotional difficulty as well. The fact is, most people that go to AA and other 12-step programs don't stay abstinent from substances. A lot of them relapse very quickly after leaving the meetings because the meetings aren't actually helping. They're just distracting. So if you relapse, you blame the fact that you missed the meeting because they trap you into thinking you need the meetings and that you're powerless without them. But that's not the truth. Myth number 9, and the final myth, is only an addict can successfully help another addict. False. Many non-drinkers and non-drug users actually provide inspiration for problem users to stop. Like, a lot of people actually that haven't experienced it can offer advice and guidance as well. And Bill Wilson fabricated this theory to create a closed society pyramid scheme to avoid the outside looking in. So I just wanted to share this episode because I speak to a lot of people, and a lot of people go through NA and AA. And look, if it's helped you, fantastic. But I'm here to debunk that myth. And there's a lot of wrong in AA. And it's an important topic to speak about because a lot of people speak about how amazing it is and the benefits and stuff, but no one speaks about what's actually wrong with it. So I wanted to jump on and share this today. I hope you find it useful. Please share it with someone that you feel like may benefit. Drop some support. Drop some comments in the video as well. Like it. Drop me a comment and let me know kind of what came up when you watched it. Have you been through the 12 steps? Have you been through AA or NA? And please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next episode.